How to treat people with respect. Respect in interpersonal relationships means honoring and valuing other people even if you do not agree with their views or actions.
If you don't want to be with me anymore, just say that. I don't want to be with you.
Respecting yourself is also important because it lays the groundwork for respecting other people. Being a respectful person is a valuable quality that will help you both personally and professionally.
See more like black men with white women. Like a lot of successful black men go for white women. They go lighter.
But the question is, why do you think that is? Like,
white women, they cater like better, like they're more submissive than black women. Black women, they talk back. That's one thing. Like black women, we talk back. We talk back. Like we don't listen. We're not as submissive as a white woman. Like
men want peace.
Even when you disagree with someone, you can still talk to them and treat them with respect. You might even find that by acting respectfully towards others encourages them to treat you with more respect.
I'm speaking to the men when I say this. If you're dealing with a toxic ex-girlfriend or a female that's back and forth in your life, I promise you, she does not give a shit about you. She is merely just using you as an ego booster because she knows that you got a soft spot in your heart for her, and she's gonna take that shit and run with it. A lot of toxic and narcissistic females use this tactic to keep men attached to them. That's the only reason why she's popping up in your life, okay? She doesn't give a fuck about you, she doesn't miss you, she doesn't love you. She just thrives off the fact that there's a guy out there simping over her.
Treat people with courtesy and politeness. Be sure to make requests of people and not demands.
The thing that pisses me off about women is that y'all want men to be sensitive, but then when a man shows that side of himself, you call him a bitch, or you call him weak. Y'all do realize that men have feelings too, right? Y'all understand they're not robots, they have emotions too.
Having good manners is as simple as saying thank you and please when you're requesting something from another person.
Unless you are feeding me, fucking me, or financing me, which all three I'm completely capable of doing for myself, your opinion is irrelevant.
Having good manners shows that you respect their time and effort to help you. Brush up on some skills that show good manners. For example, excuse yourself if you interrupt a conversation, offer someone a seat at a meeting, and wait your turn in line. Remember that common courtesy can help you to show respect and have positive interactions with strangers as well.
Oh. What's going on?
See,
Who's
this?
This?
That's my friend.
This is my baby father.
Oh.
Be sensitive to people's feelings. Even if you don't mean to hurt anyone, you've probably said something that another person felt hurt or offended by. When you speak, consider how the other person might interpret your words.
You're telling people that you're taken, but your man does not take you shopping, take care of you, or take you out. I'm sorry, baby, but the only taken that you are is being taken advantage of.
Acknowledge their feelings when they react or respond. If you are saying something sensitive, do so sensitively. Your words are powerful, so use them wisely.
Did you come down and maybe find a guy too?
I'm not looking for no man. These
men ain't shit.
The men come looking for me, they buy me drinks, and I just walk off.
And they over here arguing. So wait, why aren't you looking for a man?
Because they're not shit. Yeah. They're not shit and they're dirty. They stink, they don't clean up, they're just dirty, ugly people. And like, men are just ugly as fuck. So just buy me my drink and go about your day. That's it.
And look, do you think they'd buy you a drink if you told them that beforehand?
No, that's why you gotta play them.
For example, if you need to cancel on plans and you know the other person will be upset, acknowledge their feelings when you cancel. Say, "I'm so sorry I have to cancel, I know you will feel disappointed. I'll do my best to make up for it soon."
It's like guys are damned if they do and they're damned if they don't. If they don't show emotion, oh, he's such an asshole, what a dick. But if he does, oh, he's so emotional, so sensitive. Let me tell you something when it comes to men. Men have deep feelings. They probably hurt worse than us. They do. But it's so deeply embedded within themselves because they are taught as little boys that when they scrape their knee or they fall and they hurt themselves, suck it up, get back up, brush it off. That's what they're taught. They're not taught to be emotional the way us women are. So when a man shows that emotional side of him, please do not take that lightly.
Listen closely. Give your full attention when someone is speaking. Instead of planning your response, really listen and hear what they are saying.
Listen to me. You cannot fix your relationship. You cannot fix arguments until you understand that there is a difference between men and women. A woman will not tell you what she thinks. She's going to tell you what she feels. A man is not going to tell you what he feels. He's going to tell you what he thinks. That's why you can't fix any of your issues over a text message. What? Put the phone down.
Limit the distractions around you by turning off the television or silencing your phone. Practice focusing solely on the other person and not on yourself.
They don't know how to have conversation.
That's true.
They don't know how to have an intellectual conversation. I don't want to talk about all the pain in your life while you're dead homies. I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about like real ass shit that go on in the world. I want to talk about what's your
Make neutral statements to demonstrate that you are listening, such as yes, go on, and I see.
Tell me.
Forgive me, I respect him. He's a wonderful man.
Do you understand that your mouth, your voice, your words are connected to the coils in his heart, to the valves in his heart? He can't help but love you. And every time you dishonor that love, you chip a piece of him, chip a piece of him. This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
If you find that your mind has wandered, ask them to repeat what they just said, so that you can be actively involved again in the conversation. Phrase your comments positively. If you constantly nitpick, criticize, belittle, judge, or demean a person, they may not be open to your words, and instead feel as if you are bullying them. If you have something to say, do so in a way that encourages them.
Y'all, I notice y'all really can't stand it whenever I make a post defending black men. There's always a barrage of comments like, we gotta hold them accountable. Don't get me wrong, I'm all for accountability, but when do we not hold black men accountable? It's like every day, every time I get on the internet, someone is always talking about what black men not doing right. As a matter of fact, the only time we do bring up black men is to hold them accountable for the stuff that they not doing. I mean, it's almost like we're letting our personal experiences and the media, first and foremost, dictate how we feel about our own men.
For example, if your roommate has a bad habit that drives you crazy, point it out gently or make a request. Instead of saying, I can't stand when you leave the bathroom a mess, say, could you please clean the bathroom when you finish? Or, I'd really like it if both of us put some effort every day to cleaning the bathroom. Make sure that you avoid using passive-aggressive statements to get your needs met. Instead, be direct about what you need to show respect for yourself and other people. Share your opinions when you are asked. While your opinions are valid, people may not want your opinion on everything. Get into a habit of only giving your opinion when it is asked for.
You're a fine ass man, I promise you are. But your age rank is unrealistic.
I'll be right there. Unrealistic for you, not for me. What you gotta understand is we create our own reality. I can have my own expectations. I can have my own preferences. That don't mean they gotta line up with yours or anybody else's. Because I'm the one living life, and I'm the one that's gonna be who I need to be for the woman I'm gonna be with.
This means allowing people to make their own choices, even if you disagree with them. Giving your opinion on everything can hurt people's feelings, even if you don't intend to.
I have called you 5 fucking times. 5 times. This is the shit that pisses me off. I don't want to hear you had your fucking ringer off because you already know how that situation goes. If I call you, you don't fucking answer. That's the shit that pisses me off. Now if it was a fucking emergency, you got your fucking ringer off and you can't hear shit.
For example, if you dislike a friend's partner, be kind and don't say anything about your dislike unless they directly ask you or you're concerned about their safety. Respect sometimes means letting people make their own choices even if you don't agree with them.
The problem is that because we as women value that in men, then we start to think, well, if I can show that I can provide, then that means I'm valuable too. So the degree that I have, the car that I have, the house that I have, the money that I make makes me valuable. And what you have to understand is that men are not looking for the same things in us that we are looking in them.
Human history is new, right? Okay, so
but were you there?
For the longest period of human history, men were in charge, and were women happy? I don't know. What I'm saying now,
it shows in history.
What I'm saying now is that if you talk about your own personal relationships, which you've already done, you like the idea of a man in a dominant place. So there's still something evolutionary and biological about females liking male dominance to some degree, right? Because in your personal relationships, you do want that. I'm not saying that women should have no rights. I'm not saying you shouldn't fight for equal rights. In fact, even though you already have more rights than men, I'm not saying you should do those things. I'm not saying that. What I am only doing is stating the facts that matriarchal societies fail. And I'm stating that because it's been proven throughout history. I'm not even talking about the happiness of people. So the point you're making is a valid point. I never discussed whether people were happy. I was discussing competition. I was discussing survival. And in pure survival situations, most of the time, nobody's happy. Because let me tell you something. The men who were going out to die to defend their women probably weren't happy either. And you talk about, this is a big point I want to make, because women confuse this very often. They talk about the fact that men have all the power, men make all the money, men are in charge, and we oppress women. Let me make something very clear to you. Okay. Firstly, you're confusing 1% of men with all men. The majority of men have no money, no power, no sex from their wife, no fucking chance in court. They can't even keep their house. They won't get to see their kids, and they don't. So most men, their life sucks. Okay. That's the first thing. The second thing, when a man gets up at 4 a.m. to go carry garbage to earn a good wage, he ain't thinking, I'm gonna do this so I can oppress that bitch because she's broke. He's doing it thinking so I can provide for my family, so my woman can stay at home and raise my kids and have nice nails while I'm out here carrying trash. You go to a coal mine, those dudes are not down there thinking about oppressing women. They're down there thinking about providing for women. Now, I'm not saying that there's not bad apples, but in general, us men are prepared to take on more bullshit to protect you than you would possibly believe. And in the modern world, they've spun that. Feminism spun that. Men make all the money. You women need more money because men make the money and men are in charge and men have the good jobs. Men are out here giving up their fucking life for you chicks. They're giving up their life for you. And feminism prevents you respecting it. And this is a Western phenomenon. I say this as a man who lives in the East. In the East, women don't think that way. They think, I don't want to make money. I want a man who takes care of me. I want to drive a Bentley. I want 3 or 4 kids. I want the man to make money. And I will respect him for working so hard for me. It's only here in the West they start talking shit, saying, well, I deserve that job too, blah, blah, blah. It's not even, it won't even make you happy. You don't want that job. It's stress. It's unhappiness. It's bullshit. So I agree with what you're saying, but the point about happiness in society, et cetera, yeah. Once again, be very, very careful what you say, and you need to resist the slave mind.